Have you
Are we
started?
Oh,
live?
sorry. Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I don't know how I'm muted. You're live.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Simply Don, the Twitch channel. What's special about this Twitch channel? This is where young America seems to want to go and get their Twitch. Today, we're very lucky to have on board, and we almost didn't get her because she lost a tire. Uh,
That might not be the right way to say it.
all right, she was nearly killed as snipers fired at her car and popped a tire.
No, no, no. I didn't lose a tire. The tire went flat and I changed it. Two totally different things. Thousands of dollars of difference in damage. I have heard of people driving on a freeway and their tire flies off and it smashes down and destroys their rotor where you screw things in. It can crack your axle. That did not happen to me. Simple flat tire, put on the donut.
We have this is the Mary Jane show. Hi, Mary Jane.
Hello.
We also have with us the best moderator in the business, a personal friend of mine, great guy, Old Man G.
Hey, everybody.
Yay.
I don't think snipers should shoot at Mary Jane, just
Yeah,
FYI.
I don't think that's true either. A little story that might interest somebody, and I don't know if oh, St. Louis is beating Michigan.
Is this the indoor thing or UFL or whatever?
UFL, UFL. Anyway, I there's a very famous basketball game, a playoff game, where Isaiah Thomas and uh, not Albert King. Who's the King brother?
Bernard?
Bernard King set a record for points in a playoff game, and just those two guys were just scoring, and it was an unbelievably great game. When I was driving to that game, I was driving in my car to Detroit, and somebody lost a tire. And when it came, it bounced in front of my car and went over my car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did it go in slow motion, like when it happened? Or
Yes.
was it just, that's
Yes.
crazy how that works.
Everything went in slow motion. Every
Wow, you got
car.
super lucky it didn't hit you.
Wow, that's exactly what I was thinking. Holy smokes, great comment.
Why are you giving me problems?
I wasn't giving you problems.
Why do you have a bad, nasty face?
The Mary Jane show would not be possible without Mary Jane and Pretty Girl Don and Old Man G. Thank you.
It's a pretty true statement. And A. Smith says IEDs in LA are well known, so that maybe should be careful with the tire
Well,
thing.
there was a pothole. There was a really nasty pothole about a week ago. And so my passenger tire went flat, front passenger tire, not even a week ago, right? I think I bought it on
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah.
And uh, that was really peeled up on the inside, really peeled. Um, and then this one was very peeled on the inside. So I don't know if it's the same thing or
And didn't they tell you when you went there that if you wrote the city, they would pay for your tire?
yeah, go take a picture of the pothole.
You remember that one on Santa Monica Boulevard where you were driving with me and I hit a boom? Remember that?
That was either New Year's or Halloween. It was like the worst time possible to get a flat.
Yeah. But I was able to drive it home. First and
Yeah,
10 for the Michigan Panthers.
Well, I did
yeah.
get very lucky because I was feeling the wobbly for a short time, and then I pulled into the parking lot before I entered a hill that there's no room to pull over on the side of the road.
Shit. Holy
So
shit.
that was very good.
Monica Lopez. Hello there. Monica Lopez joined us. Of course, Monica Lopez was on last night's Pretty Girls show. Did you have fun, Monica Lopez?
I saw her on the show last night.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
why I said that. Oh, A. Smith said, Mary Jane is so beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you think the rest of their comment cut off where they were talking about you?
I think probably. Why would you just say Mary Jane's beautiful?
Fucking YouTube, man. They're always cutting off comments.
Well, if that's the way it's going to be, maybe I should go get a sandwich. I'm Don Barris, and if everyone's going to turn themselves against me,
No one went against you. No one went against you.
A. Smith said you're beautiful, but didn't say anything about me being pretty.
Oh man,
That was
G said it's
YouTube.
YouTube's fault.
Yeah, I blame YouTube for that. Oh, it says Dawn is so, and I think it cut it off again because it didn't say beautiful at the end.
So. Like you're
Well,
saying that I'm average, A. Smith? What
Don
is A?
doesn't like.
Hey, excuse me for a second. I'll handle this. What does A stand for? Asshole Smith?
Oh, see, Fred Dizzle got it finished.
Oh, so
So
pretty.
pretty. So there you go.
Don, you are sexier than Pamela Anderson. We're not talking about being sexy. Yes, that's easy. But being pretty is what I care about.
Can I mention that's also from a first-time chatter that said that, Dawn? So like somebody just showed up here and says this. So I mean, come on. Oh, Garrett
And
Shea brings up a good point. I'm sorry, Mary Jane. I
oh,
just want
go ahead with the point, and then I have something.
Garrett Shea says, with all these tire problems, perhaps Dawn and Mary Jane should travel by helicopter from now on. We used to have a helicopter. Somebody lost it. We haven't seen the pilot for ages.
Then instead of A. Smith, why don't you change it to D. Smith? Because A. Smith said, I'm more of a dick. Do you understand how much that hurts?
Okay, my comment, just so everyone knows, Don doesn't respond well to beautiful or sexy. He doesn't understand those concepts. Just say he's pretty or he'll cry a lot.
If Fred Dizzle was right on target, and not no pun intended for Quinn's name.
Fro Dizzle, so pretty. See, that's Fro Dizzle's a good guy. This Dick Smith does not seem cool at all. Almost threw an interception here.
What game are you watching?
The Michigan Panthers and the St. Louis Barnbirders are bullshit artists, whatever it is.
What inning are we in?
It's in the first half. This guy's running a lot for no reason. He stepped out of bounds. But you'll see that.
Oh, I was right about Shedeur Sanders, by the way. I picked the right team.
Did you really?
Yeah, I picked the Browns. Remember I said his nightmare weekend would be complete when he gets drafted by the Browns?
Yes. I do remember that.
I called that one.
I said
and they already
Pittsburgh. I said
yeah,
Pittsburgh.
I kind of thought that would be the case.
I was wrong.
Because the Browns drafted a quarterback already, and I didn't realize it. And I was like, oh, shit, they're not going to take another one. But in true Browns fashion, they did.
Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter?
Normally, I don't like to speculate in this fashion, but remember I said this doesn't happen for all my picks. But remember I said the Bulls.
Yes.
The picture I saw was absolutely like a full brown bull. So maybe it was the color.
You said that it was the Bills.
No, well, that's what I got to with discussing it. But maybe it wasn't the picture that the universe was showing me. Maybe it was the color.
Could be.
Yeah. Don had a very exciting Pretty Girl show last night. He got a very good friend of his, special celebrity guests that came on and did picks. That was very, very fun. Wouldn't you agree, Don?
Oh, are you talking about Sal? That was fun.
It was a very, very fun Pretty Girl show.
It was.
Dizzle says Brown's going to Brown, right? That's the truth. They always do.
Why is Fro Dizzle so cool?
I think because he's from Michigan.
Probably. Michigan Panthers, they're driving 2 minutes to go in the half of the first half.
Well, tell him to get out of the car and play ball.
Jack Icano.
Having Jack on was an extra special treat.
Mm-hmm.
Jack and
That
his
was really
sideburns, I
good.
should say.
Yeah, he did. Long
Great
side.
sideburns picks.
We got 2 minutes to go in the half. Can I do a little play-by-play?
Yes,
Of course.
please. So opening show banter's over. Here's mid-show banter. Don's going to do play-by-plays. Take it away.
Hello once again. It's yours truly, Don Barras, doing the play-by-play for this Michigan Panthers St. Louis Barn Burners, I believe it is. But I don't know. So how's everything going over there, Mary Jane?
Just fine, thank you. Wow, look at what just happened on the field.
Nothing. They've got it. We're in timeout, so nothing happened.
I thought you were doing a play-by-play.
But you can't do it when there's no plays happening. Old man G gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you could. You could say, oh, this specific coach is holding the clipboard over his face and he's giving his team hell. And oh, the guys are drinking their Gatorade and stretching and slapping each other's asses.
Hey, look what's going on. The coach of the Michigan Panthers say, okay, fellas, let's do a good job in these final 2 minutes. We're trying to get a victory here, and we're trailing by 3.
I am Don embarrassed by your performance.
All right, the Panthers break the huddle. What are they going to run? It'd be a time for the big whoop-de-doo play if they could. They're on the 44-yard line. Here they go. Throw it over his head. The guy goes flip, and there's a flag on the play. Let's see what's going on here before we go. I think it's St. Louis is saying it's on Michigan. Let's see what's going on. Here comes the zebra, picks up the flag, and he says, it is against Michigan. First down and like 15 or something maybe. Let's see what they are. Let's go to the sidelines with the blonde chick. I don't even know her name because let's face reality. What the fuck do they need a girl on the sidelines for? That isn't sports. Old man G, can you read Don's blue eyes? Reaction to the 75K bits. I finally have enough points. Okay, we got 1st and 15. He snaps it to the guy. The guy right through his goddamn hands. I would take that guy off the field and cut him. Because once if you get cut in the UFL, your career is just about over. You catch that ball, you stupid fuck.
Don, I don't think the violence is good sportsmanship. Why would you pull somebody off a field and physically maim them?
I didn't say I'm going to maim him. I said he should be cut from the team for dropping that pass.
Oh.
All right, 2nd and 15. Ball snapped. Drops back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Let's see. Did somebody move? Let's see what happens here. The Zebras are conferring with each other. Michigan's saying it's St. Louis that did something wrong. Guy from the Michigan Panthers, one of the coaches, is pounding. It is against Michigan. 2nd down and 20, I believe. False start against Brian Dooley. Earth Tubbs is here, if everybody didn't notice.
What's up, Earth Tubbs?
2nd and 20. Here they go. Michigan's over the ball. They're now back on the other side of the 50. Steps up, throws over the head. Interception! And the guy picks it up and he starts running. He's doing a real good job because he got all the way to the 30. So Michigan was driving. Then St. Louis intercepts the ball. Now they're in scoring position with 1:40 left before half. All right, Mary Jane.
They should get out of the car and start playing ball already.
I should get a sandwich.
How far do you need to go to get a sandwich?
To the refrigerator.
Okay, well, I don't have any comments in front of me, so
Well, what are you going to talk about?
I have nothing. I changed the tire on the way here.
Well, man, gee, see what's on the Wild in overtime, 4-3. Wait a minute, there's a flag on the play. Let's see what's going on here. Ooh, this is funny. They've got a woman as a referee. Oh, that's adorable. Roughing the passer against Michigan.
Clippers are trying to claw back into it against the Nuggets here. Down by 17 now instead of 21. Cavaliers already played today too. I didn't know that either.
Yes, they did. They were up by
Those-
40 at one point. I think they won by 37.
Make sure.
They weren't in the Mary Jane six pack though.
No.
No. But this Michigan game is inside the 5 here. The guy runs side and no gain. The clock is still moving. Minute 24. Everybody's saying, hey, we ought to get in the huddle and call a play. Tigers beat the Orioles 4-3. That's good. Doubleheader, game 2. Tigers are up 3-2 at the end of the 6th inning.
Why didn't we put the Tigers into the Mary Jane six pack?
Because I didn't pick them. Second and goal. We're under a minute before halftime. Guy's taking the ball. So he hands it to the one guy. The guy goes, no, it's not a touchdown. There's another flag on the play. So there's going to be a timeout. The one referee comes over and let's see if they bring the girl and ask her what she thinks. Nope, they're not doing that. The girl referee was not invited to make a decision on this. Thank God. You know, if they were thinking of what dress should the Barbie doll wear, that's when you get the girl involved.
Pretty comes from the inside, Don. That was a very ugly statement.
So you're saying I'm not pretty?
You just were ugly, yeah.
Okay. He's doing the around the thing, and it's against St. Louis. He was going like this.
Just a quick standings update. The Tigers are in first in the Central again right now.
Really?
Yeah, if they win this game, they'll be up by a game and a half.
It's fucking unbelievable. I'm gonna say
Or maybe a
this.
full game, sorry.
I would like to see the Tigers play the Pistons. Oh, this guy's gonna run. Oh, and he scores a touchdown.
Is that not possible? Tigers playing Pistons?
If they play on Ford Field, I think they can.
I don't know. Touchdown.
Why don't you just have all the teammates have a bowling match?
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, that would be
Alright.
super fun.
They
They could
scored a
probably put money
touchdown.
on charity.
I'm gonna go get a sandwich.
But you could miss stuff on the show. I mean, TV sports thing.
Uh-oh. High Five Protege wants to know if Terry Greenbeans ever chimed in on Hollywood Harry's obstruction with Monica Lopez.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard. Have you, old man G?
I have not. Terry Greenbeans did comment on the show last night in the comment section, so maybe he'll be here this evening. EarthTub says Oblivion Remastered, Shadowbane Reforged, Canadian elections, Jim show next week. Lots of stuff going on. I'm kind of interested in that Oblivion Remastered. That's one of my favorite video games of all time. So it looks pretty cool. I've seen some of the footage.
We also need Terry Greenbeans to chime in on Hollywood Harry accusing my picks of being fraudulent.
Fraud. Yeah. That might be why he's not here right now. He's probably filling out a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. I have to think of a nice big list because Hollywood Harry did know he was naughty and said he'd do anything to make it up to me.
Yeah. Well, that's an admission of guilt in my book.
That makes me think it's list time.
Yeah. Maybe video list.
A what?
Maybe a video list, even. We haven't had a video in a while.
Yeah. But I have to get the laptop working again to play it.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, I have the one laptop, but I think I have to figure out the memory. Does 8 megabytes seem small for a whole computer?
Megabytes?
I think MB or GB.
Okay, I was gonna say megabytes is excruciatingly small nowadays. So, but gigabytes is fairly small. Yes.
But as
Are you
long
talking
as I
about hard drive space, by the way?
on the
Or
computer,
well,
their memory, where it says memory.
there's random access memory and there's hard drive memory. Is it
It just
RAM
says
or just
memory.
okay?
It
It's
just
probably
says
the hard
memory.
drive. Yeah, it's probably the hard drive. That's workable.
That's doable. Okay.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think I just had trouble, like, because there's no way it was gonna hold. It wouldn't let me save when I captured the mini DV tape, just 1 hour, which 1 hour mini DV tape's way more than 8. Um, and then but then I was like, oh shit, I forgot. There's no hard drives plugged in here. So, because QuickTime, it makes me save it after you see it play the whole way. But because it doesn't have iMovie either. I need to find an iMovie from 2011. It's a bunch of scam websites. I don't know where to actually find one. Um, so I had to use QuickTime, which is acceptable, but it's not my choice. So I don't know. It's a whole thing. But I finally got it to save. And then it spun forever and didn't finish. So I force quitted. And then it was just magically in the camera card hard drive. I plugged
Oh,
in the memory. I plugged in. So I don't know. There could be some screws loose. I do have the phone number for the extra insurance I got. Oh yeah, also the Apple ID I created because I don't have any Apple IDs, but it said I had to have one. It got banned within 24 hours.
huh.
And my phone number's attached. So now my phone number's like banned by Apple.
Huh. We do have a fan that works for Apple, I believe. They don't, I haven't seen him in the chat for a while, but I believe they still hang out. Um, so maybe that might be worth contacting them. I can let you know who it is off stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know. Because if not, I'll just wander into an Apple store and explain it to them.
Yeah. Um, Hi-Fi Protege has a third question, he says, if you may, and he wants to know if Mommy is still in town.
Yes. Yes.
And he also says 8 GB is small but it's strenuous. We'll only do like browsing online, not much else, playing YouTube.
Okay. I don't even know what the previous one was from the previous old one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was
It's
like
probably
4 and 4, maybe. I mean, we're talking about 2010, 2011.
right. Which hard to believe is 15 years ago.
So that's been super fun to deal with.
Hi-Fi also says he was sorry he had to go through all that tire changing stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you
Worked
played the
really good. Two
Sorry.
people offered to help. Two guys offered to help, but they were all clean and ready, like clearly on their way to work. I was like, no, I've got it. Thank you. And then this lady was doing something with her kid. And so the kid started asking me questions. And so the lady basically took advantage of the situation, having me teach their kid how to change a tire.
What?
How's the sandwich?
It's gone now.
Oh, mustache combing time. You're very pretty, Dawn.
It's not Mummy Mary Jane. It's Mary Jane's mummy. And yes, she still is in town.
Yep.
Where'd you put her while you were gone? Did you put her in a cage?
I'm not Mitch and Mommy's not Romina. Speaking of which, tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. we will have a Mitch and Friends show. Dawn missed the week before because he was on a big, real, grown-up acting job. And then last week it was Easter. And I don't know, I think Mitch has some type of deal with the devil, so he was forbidden from getting to have a show on Easter Sunday.
There's the
So-
Ark in St. Louis right there.
Arch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Earth Tubs might be able to confirm this, but I think Canadians like sacrifice small animals or something on Easter to the devil or something, I think.
I know that Canadians don't believe in God.
Yeah.
That I do know. Hey, old man G.
Mhm.
You know, right now I'm in the middle of watching the Michigan Panthers and the St. Louis Steam Shitters. But and so there's no final score here, but did you happen to capture any of the other scores in the Mary Jane six pack?
Let me see what the games are. I didn't realize you sent me the list yesterday.
Yeah.
Maple Leafs and Senators. I saw that score earlier. Let me go back. That one is 2-1 Ottawa in the second period, 10 left. And Dallas Stars versus Avalanche has not started. That'll be approximately an hour from now. Rockets Warriors hasn't started yet. That's also should be coming up right now. Knicks Pistons is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and the Lakers and the Timberwolves.
Also tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got Maple Leafs Senators in progress right now. Warriors Rockets about to start, and the Stars Avalanche after the show. So you'll have to tune into Instagram to hear anything about that one.
Very exciting. Don, what's your pretty girl shirt today say?
It's those guys that make the shirts. It says Beach Bums, but it's done like the Toys R Us.
Oh, very fun.
Martian Bigfoot says hello, Don. Hello, Mary Jane.
Hello.
Hi, Don. Hello, Martian Bigfoot.
Fro Dizzle says solid draft for our Lions, Don. I love the local kid, Isaac Tesla or Tesla. I don't know how you say that name. He went to Hillsdale College before Arkansas. You know where Hillsdale is?
Yes, I do. Like I believe in the 70s that Hillsdale College was a small school that like would in their division would win the national championship.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't see the third day draft results or anything yet.
Well, you saw that Sanders was drafted in this what round? The sixth?
I don't even know, to be honest. I just saw that he did get traded. Or drafted, rather.
Drafted.
Yeah, sorry. Where's the draft tracker?
Your hair looks pretty, Mary Jane.
Thank you. I haven't received any messages. You look very pretty as well.
Oh, thank you.
I think Mommy's doing a good job babysitting Pretty Princess.
Good.
You know what?
They had their.
Can you call Mommy and see how she's doing?
No, I'm on the phone.
Bottom of the seventh, Tigers still beating the Orioles, and this is the second game of the doubleheader. They're still up
Mommy,
3-2.
Mommy and Pretty Princess had a little bit of an ordeal last night.
What happened?
Well, the half of the first toy uh fell under the couch, and
Oh,
Princess was whining,
I know
yeah,
this
for quite
story.
a, yeah. Just so you know, I found the half a toy like literally 2 seconds after I walked in.
I can believe that.
Yeah. And by the time I responded, Pretty Princess had already given up and taken a nap.
Really? It's too bad we can't call Mommy right now.
Yeah. I think Pretty Princess has been put in her place though, because I kept trying to explain to Mommy, don't talk so loudly to the kitty. Don't talk directly to the kitty, like, praising the kitty.
Why?
Because Princess, um, Princess has a little, like, she doesn't like that. If I talk directly to the kitty, Princess jumps up from wherever she is and comes and gets in the middle of it. But I think Mommy's talking really nice to the kitty, and then Princess is just like in the distance, laying down, spying on her, like with feelings hurt.
You want to know something funny? Right
What?
now, Quinn Wright came in and he's saying hello, pretty girls, which is nice. But last
Hello.
night, when uh, Hollywood Harry was asking for Quinn Wright and trying to talk to him and saying nice things about him, he was nowhere to be found.
Frozen said 5th round for Sanders, if you didn't see that.
5th round.
Hmm.
So he went through another round of not being drafted before he finally got drafted.
Yep.
Holy crap.
And maybe I don't know if you remember or not, but my personal draft strategy, if I was a general manager, was to take big guys. Take at least 3 or 4 big guys a draft, and it looks like the Lions followed that draft strategy. You took 2 DTs and 2 offensive linemen.
What else did they get? Because I haven't been able to see that yet.
Your 1st round pick's a DT from Ohio State. 2nd round pick was an O-line from Georgia. 3rd round was wide receiver from Arkansas. 5th was O-line from LSU. 6th was D-line from Boise State. Then you got in the 7th round, a safety from Georgia and a wide receiver from Georgia. So you got what, 3 Georgia players? Taking them from big schools, good smart move, I think.
Fro Dizzle, what do you think that the Lions did a good draft? Is that what Fro Dizzle was saying?
Yes. Quinn says, my apologies, Don. I was shooting a gig at Dog Park last night. A lot of nice dogs last night.
You were shooting what?
At Dog Park last night.
You don't need to tell me. The guy who's in your corner, Hollywood Harry, is the guy that was looking for you, not me.
I don't know if we interpreted that correctly, Omanji. I think that, I mean, the evidence is Quinn's still a virgin, and he admires.
Unless last night at the dog park he met somebody and he had sex. Did that happen?
We'll have to find out.
Well, I'm asking him right now.
The Maple Leafs have tied it up 2-2 in the 2nd period. So
we're still at halftime of the Michigan Panther St. Louis Steam shit.
It's not part of the Mary Jane six pack, but I feel like it's noteworthy. But the Sixers have come back from being down 21 points to being up 1 point with 58 seconds left.
Really?
Yeah.
You see, it's exciting when teams are tight in the game.
Nikola Jokic right now has 33 points, 8 assists, and 21 rebounds.
And oh,
They've got to get him out of
Super
Denver.
exciting.
Quinn says he didn't have sex last night.
thank you.
See, my theory was right. He has such school shooting envy, but couldn't seal the deal, just like he's still a virgin. And so he went to the dog park and just did shootings rather than being hired to be at a shoot. I think you completely got that comment wrong, old man G.
Could be.
Quinn, how many kills did you get last night at the dog park?
I bet it was 69.
That's tasteless, old man G.
I just want to ask.
Can I
Fro-
explain why it's tasteless?
Sure.
It is tasteless because Quinn's talking about vaginas and 69 kills. But dogs and having sex with dogs is not acceptable. So the 69 kills at a dog park is just grotesque.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
What about Frodizzle? Are you there, Frodizzle?
He was there 3 minutes ago, so
Quinn says this was a paid gig. Who would pay you to shoot at a dog park? Just out of curiosity.
Twin Doss was there, so I get the current confusion, old man. So Twin Doss was at the place where you shot all the dogs? Did he give you the bullets?
Wait a minute. Twin Doss might have graduated from just admiring dogs having sex with humans to now humans having sex with doggies that are dead. Beastie
That's
necrophiliality?
Yeah, that's a new mashup word, I think. I don't even know how to say.
Yeah, beastie necrophiliality.
It's a good name for an album.
I just want to ask Frodizzle. He says OMG, which I believe stands for Oh My God. And
Or
then
oh
he
man
went,
G.
That's me.
and then he answered my question: did Detroit have a good draft? He says, absolutely.
I think the 100 OMG was for my draft analysis about taking the big guys. Jaguars took some big guys too, but they took them pretty late, so I don't know. See if they turn out.
Your
How are
favorite?
those Panthers doing, Don?
I don't know. Oh, it's halftime.
You changed it. Oh, okay. Super
Fred,
pretty today, Don. You look super pretty today.
Thank you. Wait a minute.
Fred, hmm?
We are in the second half. Michigan just made a challenge. Let's see what that challenge is.
Fred Dizzle says, "Just don't let me see you shooting our dogs," and that's a quote from Ice Cube on death certificate.
Interesting. I'm glad
Think
somebody
Quinn
brought
went
that
rogue
up.
last night. Some creepy dog park murderous orgy.
Yeah,
What's that?
Quinn turns 34, and look what he does.
A murderous orgy at the dog park, Don.
I'm a firm believer in taking the big guys.
Yep, that's how the Tennessee Titans are always in the mix all the time. So they just always take trench guys.
Didn't they have the number one overall draft pick this year? Meaning
Yes,
that they finished the worst in all of football.
yeah, yeah, but
So that
I'm pretty
doesn't.
sure they were in the mix in the playoffs the year before that. Though they just got rid of their quarterback last year, so they have an off year here and there, but they're
Whoa,
usually always in the mix.
whoa! This is against St. Louis, and if they don't call it, that's real bullshit. Let's see what they're saying
That is
here.
some real bullshit.
Just a non-six pack score update. We're tied at 99 in LA with 8 seconds to go.
Of the
Clippers and Nuggets game.
What channel's that
TNT.
I'm guessing the Gold Nuggets would break the scissors.
Probably, yeah. That's how it works in rock, paper, scissors, right? Fred Dizzle says that the wide receiver T-Slaw. How do you say that? Can you give me a phonetic pronunciation for that, Fred Dizzle? Says the local kid is 6'4", runs a 4.440, and they're already calling him Vanillatron.
Why would they call? Oh, because he's like Megatron, but
Probably a white guy, I guess.
Yeah, that's the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. You shouldn't be compared to Megatron just because you're white.
Did Denver just win?
They sure did. They got a last second shot and won by 2 points.
Jokic missed it, and that one guy who was almost kicked out of the game earlier.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon.
Yeah. But now they're checking that on the scoreboard to see if he scored in time.
Hopefully they did. I hate to see Jokic keep throwing away games like this to the garbage can.
Uh-oh.
What's the
Well, it looks like he scored with 1/10 of a second left.
Also
But they're all looking up. Westbrook didn't play today?
No. Was he hurt? He looks like he's hurt. A foot. Oh, I didn't know he got hurt. Let me see. Probably out for the game. Foot injury. Let's see. Does it say anything else?
The guy who scored it is saying it's good.
Oh, okay. He hurt his foot in the last game. I didn't realize.
Oh. Looks like the ball was in the cylinder when the red light went on.
So no time left then, huh?
Well, but he scored the point. They're not giving him the point. They haven't put the points in the scoreboard yet.
We have some six-pack news. Jimmy Butler is officially out for this game, which sinks my pick. Yeah.
Oh, that was part of the caveat of two people's picks.
Yeah. Well, Sal said he didn't think he would be playing, so he thought the Rockets would win. He was right.
But we don't know if the Rockets won yet, right?
No, they're about ready to start here in a second. But they probably, I mean, they probably will. I'm not going to say for sure, but they probably will win.
Look at this. A message from the owner of the Comedy Store. Should I read it?
Well, I mean, read it privately to your brain first. I mean, you don't have a press release to make a public announcement.
Maybe I shouldn't do it. It looks
Fro
like Denver won.
Oh, good. Fro Dizzle says the guy's name is Tesla, like the car. So like Tesla. It's like a little bit of a roll on the S, and then somebody says is that Dan? I believe that is Don, yes. And Butler being out sucks. Yeah, I agree. Jimmy Butler's fun to watch.
Oh. The best era of Perry was the Big Three. The Tomb
Yay!
Era.
Thank you. And if you would like to enjoy more of that, please make sure you're aware of Big3PremiumMembership.com. You can find that if you go to simplydon.com and click the button that says Big3Premium.com.
What does the Tomb Era sucks mean?
I think it's a misspelling. I think it's a glitch on your computer screen.
Tom B.
Well, we don't don't get caught saying that. They'll record you and twist it into something weird.
Just as long as they say that I'm a pretty girl.
Somebody says In-N-Out is better than Smash Burger. What do you think?
I've never had a
Oh,
smash burger.
Smash Burger was damn good, but they've gone away. They used to have hundreds of them all over. Now I don't even know if I could find one of them. I'd say they're equal in their own way. There's pros and cons to each.
I got to try In-N-Out when I came to LA a couple years ago, and it was pretty
Yep,
good. I will say
You
that.
know
yep.
what? If I remember correctly, one of the first things we did when we came here is we took you to In-N-Out Burger.
Yes, with the
I
nose.
If you pay attention to price point, in and out, absolutely. Food quality alone, uh, it depends. You could have one day, one the next day, and be happy with both.
Yeah, food quality for price In-N-Out is pretty crazy.
Oh, it's a home run. I'm just saying smash burgers are a sore subject because I don't know where the fuck they are. They give me a
Was
good
uh,
burger.
was that game the Clippers game on the Mary Jane six pack?
No, it wasn't. I
Clippers
don't
were
think
in
so.
it last week, not this week.
Yeah. The Rockets and Golden State game has started, and Houston's up 6-5 already, which isn't bad, but it's too early to comment on that.
Don't forget that in the Mary Jane six pack in the Pretty Girl Show, Hollywood Harry was very mean to me. So you should tweet at AHO Harry and tell him not to slander and be mean to Mary Jane.
Hashtag stop being mean to Mary Jane.
You know, Fro Dizzle, I don't know if you know this, in high school, he was called Cheek Filla. I think. Did I say that right?
I'll check what's.
Can I tell you this? In high school, the girls just called me Treetop Lover. The men just called me Sir.
I'll put Harry's Twitter handle in the chat too, so if you guys want to do that, tweet to him.
Do we have any more play-by-plays, Don?
Well, I'll tell you this. Michigan is now trailing 20-6.
Is that bad?
Well, they're behind by 14 points. I
Oh,
don't think that's
that's
good.
terrible.
Let's see. So who is in the right, the Rockets and the Warriors, the Knicks
That's
and the
correct.
Pistons. All those three games, none of those.
Knicks, Pistons, Lakers, Timberwolves are tomorrow, and
Yes.
the other hockey game will be in about 45.
And right now the Rockets Boy, even in this UFL, they do the stupid kickoff thing.
Oh, really? I wonder if they started because of the NFL or the NFL got it from them.
The guy took it only to the 25-yard line. So, so both these games are on tomorrow. And they'll be over before the Mitch and Friends show. I believe it's my leg, Coach.
Has there been any contact with any ghosts anytime in the recent past?
No, no.
And I don't think there should be.
Well, I know just sometimes he reaches out, so maybe he reached out or
Yeah, he hasn't since he spoke with Don last. I missed the phone call, and we were having technical issues on the show. So I missed the phone call. I went in to fix something in Don's studio, and I caught the tail end of the phone call and haven't heard back. And I mean, he should have been bright enough to know all he had to do to fix things was get on Zoom. But instead, he'd prefer to.
He doesn't seem like he's got his shit together very well. The Maple Leafs and the Senators are tied at 2 going into the third period. What's the Dallas Stars and the Avalanche score?
We got about 35 minutes before it starts.
So right now, it's tied.
Yes. Tied at 0-0, technically. Who's starting for the Warriors tonight? Draymond, Kuminga, Quentin Post. I've never even heard of that guy. Stephen Curry and Podziemski.
Quentin Post has never heard of you.
That's probably true. Unless he plays Fortnite, then he might have. Oh, I know that guy. I don't recognize his face now.
Do you go by Old Man G in Fortnite?
Yes. Oh, no, I'm saying Census is here and he says Lakers are going to win tomorrow. Let's hope so. Make the series more interesting. Hope everything's going good.
Terrible that they lost yesterday, but not as bad as when the Pistons lost the day before.
I feel like that series is going to be a trade series where they trade games back and forth because they're really close, like talent-wise. I think the Knicks starting five is better, but the Pistons bench is better than the Knicks bench. And I think Cade Cunningham.
Who do you think the best player in the game is?
I was going to say, I think it might be Cade Cunningham.
I'll tell you this, I did walk away from a disgruntled Pistons fan because what the NBA did to them. I did have watched these games with Cade Cunningham. He looks like the real deal.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns is pretty good, but he kind of vanishes once in a while, and Cade's just always there. Like he's pretty consistent.
And it's, and as I said, my big fear is that the Pistons aren't going to get to the next level, and Cade Cunningham's going to sign a free agent thing with another team and leave the Pistons. But I do like the fact he enjoys being the leader of the team.
Mm-hmm. And he is under contract for the next 4 years, so I think at least 4 years. So he's not leaving as a free agent anytime soon.
Ooh.
Do we get another play-by-play for mid-show banter? La la la.
No, this is a message from Harold. It looks like he's at a sporting event.
So what I'm getting at is if there's another sports play-by-play, now's the time to do it with mid-show banter.
Well,
Or do
I'll
we-
just tell you this. Right now, we're in the commercial. Just a second. Hello?
Crazier than crazy?
My name is Don Barris.
Thank you.
Who's calling, please?
Who could possibly be calling? I think you know the answer to that.
Okay.
Hey, look up that thing on your grandfather at all?
No, I did not. I'm, hey, Nose. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody say hi to the Nose.
He knows.
Hi, Nouse.
It's
How's
Nose.
the
N-O-U-S. Nose.
It's not nuts.
I am,
Nouse? He's the inventor of the donut holes because he had intercourse with donuts and made the donut holes.
hold on. Mary Jane was talking. I couldn't hear you.
He's the inventor of the donut hole because he had donut dough and he had intercourse with it and then it made donut holes.
Is that
Am
true
I right?
about you having how you made donut holes?
I don't know anything about that at all.
Oh, by the way, Frodizzle says the Pistons are going to make a big move this off season. I'm hoping it's Devin Booker.
I predicted that a couple weeks ago. You remember, Don? We talked about it on the
I
phone.
do remember. But you also have been sending me stuff about Zion.
Well, that's what people are saying. I think that Booker's more realistic.
Hey, Nose, right?
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle of the Mary Jane podcast right now.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Show.
Can I call you the Mary Jane show? Can I call you in about a half an hour?
Okay. 9:30, yeah, okay.
All right.
All right.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay, bye.
See, you speak of the Nouse, and he shows up. I just
don't-
mentioned him earlier.
I don't think I did speak in the Nose.
No, I did.
How
Said
did-
we went and met him at the In-N-Out
Did we?
because he was there as well. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, he was at the In-N-Out.
With his son and his son's girlfriend.
Mhm.
Fiance. So thus concludes mid-show banter. We are now sliding right into closing show banter. Thank you all for spending some of your lovely Saturday afternoon enjoying it with us with the Mary Jane Show.
We have
Lots of-
29 minutes left, right? Or no?
No,
Yes,
no, we
not.
started at
5.
8. Or yeah, 5. Sorry.
5. All right.
How many minutes are we in? Oh man, G.
59, 15. And I know you said old man G, but I answered it. I'm sorry. Looks like
Thank you, Don.
Michigan Panthers are driving. They're at the 20-yard line. Guy goes back to pass on 2nd and 8, throws it in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Michigan Panthers. This guy
Ooh.
named Turner. You know
I bet his
what?
first name is Paige.
I'll bet you. You know what they're saying. Let's run to the Turner page play where he turns into the end zone, and they did it. And the Browns traded up to get him.
No, they didn't. They did really.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
they traded up to get him.
I don't think they had to.
I wonder where the Browns. They're going for 2 points, 20-12. Here's the quarterback from Michigan saying, "Come on, fellas, let's try to score this." They're going for 2 points. Hey, Ike one, Ike two, he snaps it, goes back to pass, throws it across. 2 points. We got a 20-14 game. Panthers and the St. Louis Uh, shit. Steamer shit. So that's the play-by-play right there. Did you like that, Mary Jane?
Yay, thank you. It's funny. You were supposed to do it in mid-show banter, but then as soon as closing show banter was announced, you went right into it.
Well, we could have. I want to ask Frodizzle. So? What do you think about the at least people saying Zion going to the Pistons? Do you think that there's any chance of that happening? And would you like that, Frodizzle? Just want your opinion.
The only concern I have about the Devin Booker move is that he really doesn't seem to want to leave, but like I don't know that that's going to matter to Phoenix. We'll see. But I think that's a great fit for him in Detroit with Cade.
Really?
Yeah, because he's not a point guard. He keeps being put in a point guard role, and he always does better when he's a shooting guard, and he has a good point guard. And Cade's literally one of the best now, so it's kind of a no-brainer. I think he should want to play there, honestly.
Is Robert William Ampervias still a better point guards per game than little baby Bronny?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, Bronny finished with like 0.4 point guards per game, I think, at the end of the season. We can look real quick. Just to compare.
I wonder if they're going to renegotiate Bronny's contract and give him more money for next year.
They should. I mean, he's LeBron's kid. Did you hear what Stephen A said about him? He needs more money. He finished with 0.8 point guards per game, Mary Jane.
Where did Mary Jane go?
I don't know.
I'm right here.
We don't see you.
I'll be back in a second.
What are you doing?
I have to inform Mommy something.
Find out if anything's going on with the dog.
While we're waiting on that, Golden State's up 18-17 in Houston, so they're putting up a fight, that's for sure. Podziemski's having a game already. He's got 5 points, leading the Warriors. Wow, Dylan Brooks is starting at power forward for the Rockets.
So they're doing another Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, I guess Scarlett Johansson is the new hero of this series.
A lot of people find her attractive.
Mm-hmm. Frodizzle has answered you. Are you ready?
Yes, I think there's a solid chance at Zion too. And I'd like that as long as Zion is committed, Devin Booker is my number one, though.
I agree with that assessment.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he just, I don't know.
Well, it's the committed thing. Like he has to be like right because I think a fresh change of scenery could set him straight. Maybe we'll see.
You would hope so, but from what I understand, Zion has spent a lot of time and a lot of money with porn stars. And, why is it going to the Pistons going to change him?
Well, I don't know that it's necessarily going to the Pistons, but it's just like, hey, this is not, it's a change of comfort zone, I think,
Michigan's not comfortable with sex workers, at least while they're alive.
Do you know that Madonna is considered almost like sexy, and she's from Michigan?
That's not a sex worker.
I'm a pretty girl, and I'm from Michigan.
That's true.
I mean, I don't think you're a sex worker. You're I'll do anything for attention, but that doesn't constitute a dollar per sex act. Dollar figure per sex act.
Mary Jane and Terry Greenbean and the rest of the ding dong.
Hey there, Nataruch, 1973.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you.
Well, my name wasn't even mentioned in there. Oh, hi, Simply Don. Terry.
Yeah, he mentioned you first.
Who's Terry? Terry Greenbeans?
Terry, yeah, the commissioner. He's paying homage to the commissioner.
Terry Greenbeans, question for you. Is he here?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Let me put out the commissioner logo and see if he's here. Why does Twitch do this? Like, it wants to show me the title of the emoji above it while I'm trying to click on another one. I'm like, that's cool. I don't need that. Thank you. And yes, this discussion is about prostitution currently.
Do you have any points?
And I do think pretty comes from the inside. And just because Quinn is all into like prostitutes and porn stars and stuff doesn't mean Zion Williamson should be. I just want to put that out there too.
Okay, I'm going to agree with it. I've seen, I know for a fact, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I know for a fact that Quinn had a hard time with a prostitute and he killed her.
Yeah, it was a whore dragging incident gone wrong.
Yeah, so don't do that, kids.
I think if you walk away with one thought about today's show, yeah, don't do that.
But how could you have had a prostitute dead at your hands and still be a virgin?
That's the beauty of Quinn.
Because I think that what he did, in his head, he was close to having sex and he couldn't handle it, so he killed her. By the way,
yeah, but
Golden State and Houston are tied up. And the minute I say that, it's now 19-18.
Who?
Houston.
Oh. Yeah, I think the most common reason for hookers to die, besides John's with insanity, is that the person doesn't want to pay.
Well, Quinn didn't want to mess up his set. So like that's why he's like, I gotta kill you before I'm not a virgin anymore.
So you're saying he's not a virgin. So you're saying he's not a virgin anymore.
How about this?
But he had to kill the girl. Yeah.
A little thing. The Detroit Pistons are expected to aggressively pursue Kevin Durant.
Interesting. He would fit too. I don't, you know how I feel about Kevin Durant personally, but
yeah, me too.
As long as they don't have to give up much for him, that's fine. But no, I'm saying, Mary Jane, that Quinn murdered the prostitute before he had sex so he could still be a virgin.
Yeah, like he got nervous about having sex, so he killed the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, I think it's all legal, because if he paid a prostitute to do whatever,
I'm listening,
and then his mental pleasure came more from killing her than having intercourse, she did her job, she was paid fairly, and it just happened.
Yeah, you can't really blame anybody for that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still Houston up by 1. But the guy from Golden State, he's dribbling kind of fun. They're on that side of the court. The guy shoots a 3-pointer, and that's no good! Houston rebounds. Houston Rockets up by 19. We got 43 seconds left in the first quarter. The one guy just did a thing where now the guy's not there, and then he throws it over the guy that's there, and he missed the dunk! He missed the dunk! Stupid asshole.
Quinn says he had waivers, so like he's not responsible because of waivers.
What's a waiver?
It allows him to sidestep a rule.
A waiver is like
Fro Dizzle says no Durant.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I do too.
Had to be awfully cheap if you got him.
Yeah, and to trade anybody for him. I think that, if there's any chemistry with the guys now, and I do like the way that they kind of stick together, let's not get rid of a bunch of these guys for a guy that's just going to care about
a hired gun, basically, that's not really all that effective.
Yeah, well, that's not how waivers work, because the waivers would be held by the madam or the establishment.
Oh, that's true, yeah. They don't have police waivers, do they?
Is the Wranglers and the Rattlers a intramural football game?
I don't know.
I don't know know if that was in the 6-pack this week.
Yeah, it's not in the 6-pack either
It
way.
wasn't, but that's where Harry was. Oh, the Rattlers are an Arizona team, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Arizona Rattlers.
I think Houston is up by 4 at the end of the first quarter now.
Let's see if we've
Tell
got it.
Hollywood Harry it was very naughty for him to be mean to Mary Jane yesterday.
CTF says Big 3 and love you, Don. Don is in charge. Hashtag Don is in charge.
Thank you very much.
Yay! Thank you,
Thank you very much.
And you can see more evidence of that if you'd like to go to big3premiummembership.com. You can find it if you go to simplydon.com and click the Big 3 Premium Membership button.
I'll post that in the chat again, just in case.
Yeah, you can go there and find Big 3 stuff.
Yeah. Over half of all the podcast videos, and a new one is uploaded every Sunday unless there's technical difficulties.
Which
But pretty
I
much
think have been
everything
fixed,
is-
right?
Yep, they have.
So, okay. Back on schedule.
Yep, every single Sunday a video has been posted since it started. And that was around October 2000. So just do the math.
Yeah, and
That's
when you're doing the math,
50
there's no inflation since it started either, so it's still the
No,
same
no
low
inflation.
price.
So that's 50 times 5 or 4. 50 times 4 is what?
208.
200 plus of about 3 months. So over 200 videos for you to choose from. The sections are public access show, and you can see all, I think, 38 or was it 42 public access shows with pre and post show behind the scenes. You can see in live shows a bunch of fun stuff.
I'm a pretty girl.
Very pretty girl.
Thank you.
Classics, you can see some really fun stuff. And then we have the Ace Days.
Do you remember when I was part of the Big 3?
Yep. And the Ace Days are an absolute 100% complete collection. Perfect. Every video's up there, every behind the scenes up there.
Really?
And now we are working on the next chapter in the Simply Don the Podcast studio.
When are we going to get to the phone calls?
As soon as I complete, we can put them up right away. But I was still kind of trying to work out the visual, a very unique visual to go with the audio.
Yeah, we're
So,
going to be
but if you
working
want-
on some animation, right? Is that right, Mary Jane?
I'm not sure about that, but yeah, that would be the optimal situation. But we are not going to go to these other cartoony people. I've had lots of weird people pitch it. The ChatGPT idea, bullshit, just crap. So I'm not enjoying the graphic artists that have solicited, and I'm not enjoying the really, really generic looking ChatGPT thing.
You know what?
So
You should try to get some girls with big tits that know how to do that. Get that work. Have them work for us.
oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we just get 3 girls like Don described, and we just use a color Xerox copier and print out a picture of each of the big 3's faces and just maybe duct tape it or super glue it to the girl's nose, and then just have the boobs bouncing to the audio rather than the
Yeah.
mouths moving.
I like that a lot. I like that idea a lot.
We should have talked about this offline because now somebody's going to steal this idea.
Yeah.
We have a comment from Nutsack. It says the Big 3 Premium is his favorite website on the World Wide Web.
Thank you.
As
Yay!
CTF says, I've been considering it. Don and MJ, how are you doing tonight? Mary Jane, sorry.
Very good. Thank you very much. And yeah, for $5.99, what can you lose? There's literally, so we said 200 and something videos. I'm going to guess 225 videos. This is a guesstimation. Now, times most of them by 2 hours. So you have easily 500 hours to catch up on.
Yeah.
And I would say it's probably 90% home run as far as like, if you like it, you will find it amusing.
And a lot of the stuff on there, you'll be like, holy crap, I had no idea this existed. And you'll just be blown away. Because some of it's just really amazing. It really is. Like, there's original stuff on there. The Two Dans is great. There's stuff from the Balloon Boy guy days. There's
The
stuff from
public
the
access shows, the live
Mhm.
shows, you can see uh Harry witnessing the inception of Mole. Literally, there's
Yeah.
a shot of him for 15 seconds in the hallway before his first appearance ever in front of Perry. And you can literally see the mental change to get into character and hit the stage. And Perry was actually witnessing it, but too oblivious to notice. Other fun things. How many times did Don throw up from Perry's spaghetti? I think we have 3 or 4 different versions.
Mhm.
We have so much good stuff in Simply Don the public access shows, so much. And it's pre and post show video. So you can really see like the amount of stuff that has been hidden to people that didn't dig in deep on how much Don crafted and created every single bit of this project.
Yeah, it's great.
Whatever happened to Perry?
I believe he like relapsed on crack and like choked to death on his own vomit, or else he is a male prostitute in Thailand. I'm not sure.
I thought he went back to singing for Journey.
No, that's a karaoke singer.
Oh. CTF says, I love the Ace Days and hashtag fuck Dave Damashek.
Yeah, fuck Dave.
Yes, yes.
That's some of that's on there too.
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of videos you'd be surprised about. Like there is the Balloon Boy's dad pitch. Perry and Balloon Boy's dad pitched to try to like get investors for shooting rockets into tornadoes. And Don was so good. So they're up in this like fancy dancy office building.
And
And
Jimmy
it's like,
Kimmel Live.
I don't know if are you supposed to say that?
No.
That's the truth. But and yeah, the pitch was great. Perry very very unprofessional.
Seriously, for $5.99, you can't even get a value meal at a restaurant for that anymore. So
I'm a pretty girl.
You're a very pretty girl.
Thank
Very
you.
pretty girl, Don.
Thank you.
Very pretty girl.
Nutsack says, wait, that's on there. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's called Storm Chase or something. What area did we put that in? It might be in classics. I'd have to look. Nutsack, you can always direct message me if you did have trouble finding something. Anyone can direct message me in there and ask about specifically, and it might take me, I might be able to find you the answer in 30 seconds. And if I'm having a super duper busy day, I have a pretty good memory, so it might take me a day because I'd have to click on the website and do a search, you know. And but yeah,
Is Fro Dizzle still here?
Yes.
Storm Chaser, I think.
Mhm.
Or Tornado Seekers.
Clem Gimlet says Perry's back with Randy. So if that's what that we were wondering where he went up, so they got back together. That's good.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Because I heard that Randy had a breakup from his longtime boo. So yeah,
Did he
Perry's
really?
a
Is
good
that
rebound.
true? Is that true?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he broke up with that husband guy he had or whatever for a very long time. So yeah, I guess Perry's now are they happily married or?
I don't know. I'll find out. Maybe Clem can let us know. CTF says I literally laughed out loud at the idea of Heaney and Perry pitching rockets to investors. You can laugh out loud even more because it's crazy. The video's nuts.
I don't think they mention it there because it hadn't happened. But you see, one of the things they had said they tried to get Jimmy Kimmel involved, and the pitch to them was that on one of their rockets they would put Jimmy Kimmel's name on it.
For what? Just measly sum of $40,000 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's it.
I could pitch the same thing. Look, I have a rocket right here.
Oh shit! Can I put my
Somebody
name on
give me money and I'll paint your name on it and then we'll shoot it into space. There's a rocket.
it? Fred Dizzle is still here, by the way, Don. He says the two Dons! Exclamation points.
Oh, yes. That was fun. That was very fun.
By the way, I understand there's somebody out there that claims that they wrote a lot of this shit. I can tell you his input on that was nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do remember that the few messages they were instructed to deliver were totally screwed up, and multiple phone calls by other people had to happen to put it back into play. But
Okay.
they did try to steal all the audio, and I'm sure in one of those shady emails a few fans fell for, hey, give me all this money and I'll give you secret exclusive footage, and don't tell anyone, by the way, because I'm stealing the money. Yeah, that happened.
CTF wants to know if they pitched the Kimmel Rockets before or after they sued Kimmel, or Perry sued Kimmel, rather.
It was actually before.
Way before. Because I don't think Dizak, the ambulance chasing lawyer, was that heavily involved when the Balloon Boy's dad was there.
No,
because I don't think Balloon Boy's dad would have they wouldn't have. Balloon Boy's dad would have protected Perry from that only for this reason. Here, my strategy, Don, is because Balloon Boy's dad used Perry as his personal gopher.
Mm-hmm.
And so if Dizak was using Perry as his personal gopher, they would have. You can't have one bitch can't service two masters.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost would have been much better to keep if Balloon Boy's dad hadn't have had to move or whatever parted their ways. Because Balloon Boy's dad folded to Don every time. Like Perry did the crime of trying to do a prank back on Don from after Windy City.
Did we have that video where?
Yep, where they get you at the courthouse. Remember, you watched it. You did the intro for it.
It was posted a couple months ago, right? 3 or 4 months ago, maybe?
A couple months ago.
Where the comedy team of Balloon Boy's dad and the Scaremaster decided to pull a trick on me. They took me to court. What was the reason? They were going to put a restraining order on me.
Yes.
And so what they did, and something like that, you have to go to court to answer them. So I had to go to court. And when I went there, they had a plan of a fake news team that approached me and said,
tried to entrap you.
Right.
But Perry pulled the restraining orders the day before because Balloon Boy's dad wasn't even that stupid. He's like, hey, if this is a joke, drop all the restraining orders. And then Don got all the footage because he told Balloon Boy's dad, hey, this is a crime. And Balloon Boy's dad was like, oh, what do you want? Here, I'll give you everything you want.
And they did, and they gave me all the footage.
And Perry still didn't understand or believe how you got the footage.
You know what? Can I tell you something? And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say this, but Perry isn't as smart as people think.
Well, now you can see that footage that you got, some of it on there. Big 3 Premium.
Yep. Yep.
So smart move. That's a good question. How did Balloon Boy's dad and Perry meet? Do you guys know that?
Balloon, go ahead, John.
You go ahead.
If you don't remember. Okay. At the time that I first saw Balloon Boy's dad's involvement, meaning I'm looking at old videos, Balloon Boy's dad and his wife had a film production company. And I believe that Perry being an actor or a wannabe actor, and having a printing shop, and Balloon Boy's dad having a studio in Los Angeles. I believe they bumped into each other in passing, probably Perry being a print delivery driver delivering some papers to the production company Balloon Boy's dad had. They just bosom buddied up like that. Does that sound accurate, Don?
Yeah.
Nutsack postulates maybe at the crack dealer. Which is a good guess.
That happened after.
I think that was part of the thing, because Balloon Boy's dad would pay for Perry to get high, but Perry had to go and buy the crack. And so Perry would, and I just remember the one thing that Perry was telling me is that he would go buy crack, go back to his house, smoke the crack, then he would exercise violently, and then go buy more crack. I always thought that was like, oh my God. Oh my God. How he didn't die is beyond me.
Fred Dizzle wants to point out, which I believe that the accuracy of the statement as well. He says, in his humble opinion, you all pretty much invented super chats with the $10 shout outs way ahead of your time. I agree with that. You did the non-digital version of it, which is pretty fun.
Yep.
And CTF also says hashtag Don got all the footage. Hashtag Don is in charge of the footage, and hashtag Don is in charge.
I will tell you this. I do remember what a piece of shit Perry was. And I remember Perry came begging me for money because he needed money to save his place. So what I did is I had a $20 shout out, and a lot of money came in, a lot of people. We had to have 2 shows filled with nothing but $20 shout outs. And in that, Perry decided not to come because his truck went out, and he was going to try to charge me to fix his truck. And it was like pulling teeth to get him there. And he said, I need the money. And I go, you need to fucking come and do these things. He is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yeah, he tried to get the money fronted so he didn't have to read all the shout outs.
Yeah, because he probably wouldn't end up showing up eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even worse, the other parts of the big 3, they didn't even want to cooperate. Magically, whenever it was time for Perry to need money, they'd fucking bounce. They're too busy. And Don would be stuck trying to keep the show together to keep anything going on for Perry.
No.
But Don doesn't have a comment on that.
We have Mary Jane. Sorry, question for Mary Jane. Do you feel safe around Perry? Clem Gunman wants to know. Or did you feel safe?
Yes, in the sense of I am smarter than Perry, and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything. And Perry is like an empty bookshelf. He tried to charge people, physically run after them in the belly room of the Comedy Store. And I had on 5-inch heels, which, if you didn't know, they're very hard to walk in. And I just put my hands up to keep Perry from attacking audience. He is literally like an empty bookshelf. And yeah, I have no fear of him. Plus, he's a complete biggest pussy ever. One time, I didn't feel comfortable completely with this, but it worked out fine. My car was in the repair shop, and I had like 1 day of like gigs and stuff. So Don told Perry to take me, and I gave Perry gas money and everything. And,
pro model jobs.
Yeah, and Perry was very professional, absolutely early, on time, followed good enough instructions. And guess what? I got to smoke cigarettes in his car both ways. No complaints. Roll down the window, just smoke. Because he didn't want to sit and wait while I did it outside.
We have a couple tips. Speaking of
lovely.
Perry, these are from Katy Perry. Katy Perry
singer?
tipped. Yes.
Wow.
Katy Perry tipped $3 and says, I really want to collaborate with Schizo Surfer, the Ghost, and I'm willing to put a down payment on Don's deck to make it happen. Thank you for that. And we have a second one from Katy Perry for $3 that says, I would like to donate to put Schizo Surfer and Tsunami Don's name on Mary Jane's rocket. Thank you. So thank you for those. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we are, this is super fun show, but is there any final thoughts or words? Because I think we've gone over and we're probably going to owe late fees on the network.
Okay. Well, then I'll say goodbye.
Thanks to everybody for hanging
Thank
out. We
you
really
all.
appreciate it.
And tune in tomorrow at 5:30 for Mitch and Friends show.
Yeah.
And
More-
Monday night at the Comedy Store.
Now with more or less friends.
He has no friends, Omanji.
Mhm. That's why I put the less at the end.
He's never had anybody on the show, though.
That's true. That's true. He's had toys that he stole from kids. So that's neat, I guess.
How stupid is that?
CTF says
His
great time with you
rubber ducky
guys.
butt plugs.
Oh, Nata Rouge says love to who is Perry. So Nata Rouge doesn't even know who Perry is. It's a long story. Don't worry
Yay!
about it. Mitch doesn't have friends to lose. Have a great night, everyone from Frodizzle. So
Bye.
thanks everybody. Oh, hold on. We got one from Big G Little Wayne that says two best Michigan comedians, Don and Ollie Joe.
Ollie Joe Prater.
And Nutsack says, got to get my ass to Big 3 Premium right now. Yeah, because there's videos you haven't seen. And CTF says, hashtag Don is in charge.
Thank you.
So I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. So